By the way guys, before this video starts, I am doing an RP giveaway every single day starting now to the end of February. So if you guys want to enter into the RP giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe and also comment down below what your favorite video series is on this channel, what you want to see in the future, and that's all you have to do. You don't even have to like, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, let's go. Yo, what is up guys, Ghostlane here, and today I'm going to give you guys some more solo queue tips on how to get better in League of Legends. Now, every single one of these tips will work for you, I guarantee it. If you apply these tips for yourself, I promise you that you will find yourself winning a lot more percentage of games, and you're going to have a lot easier of a time winning your games and climbing to whatever desired rank you want. For example, you're silver and you really want diamond. Alright, so we're going to get into these tips and hopefully you guys do learn something. Make sure to watch till the end of the video because every single tip here is crucial. Also, before watching this video, I do have a part 1 of how to climb in solo queue. I would highly suggest you watch that one before you watch this one. This is kind of like a part 2. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. So enjoy the video guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright guys, so the first tip that I have on this list is discipline yourself. And what I mean by discipline yourself is whenever you're about to get into game, whenever you queue up for a League of Legends game, you always want to make sure that you are going to be prepared to play this 20-30 minute game where you have your undivided attention into League of Legends, no distractions whatsoever. You are prepared to play this game. You have nothing to worry about. For example, the really bad habits that people do when they play League of Legends is that they play when they're tired, they play when they're hungry, they play when they're stressed out. They play when they have something else to do. They play when they're distracted. For example, they have like another tab in the background. These are terrible to have when you play League of Legends and you're really trying to win the game. You don't want to have any distractions. You want to put your 100% in the game. And I know I've covered this before, but this tip is so important. If you want to get better and you really want to climb, you got to put your undivided attention into this game. So this next tip is play calculated. Now, a lot of players are probably going to go by this tip and just brush it off as whatever, but this is probably one of the most important tips out there. Somebody told me that if I wanted to get out of diamond, I had to play every game perfectly. As in no mistakes, nothing like that, right? So that meant I had to go into every game and I had to calculate every single decision that I made to make sure that it was 100% the best decision I can make, right? This tip really eliminated all the silly stuff that I used to do in the past. For example, I would go for silly dives that I knew that they probably wouldn't work, but I was doing it anyways because I was just trying to have fun, and having fun and trying to climb is also something really different that a lot of people don't really pick up on. If you're just playing to play, you're not really playing to climb, you're just playing to have fun. If you're queuing up into that rank game and you're not too bummed about losing, you're not playing to climb, you're playing to have fun. So going back on the calculated plays, you need to be calculated whenever you do anything in League of Legends. For example, there's a huge team fight and you are playing Kha'Zix. You spot a really low carry in the backline. Usually what I would see a lot of people do is they would instantly go for that carry in the backline that's really low, right? But you always want to make sure that when you go in, you want to make sure that it's calculated and it's the best decision. So they got to look at all the factors that are around them. For example, does the carry have summoners? Does the carry have a support near him? Do you have summoners? Where is your team? What will happen after you get that kill? Will you die? Things like that. You got to really look at all the factors when you make a decision in League of Legends. It's super important, especially when you're like roaming. So when you roam, where is your laner? Where are the CS at? Where is the lane at? Did you shove in the lane? Where is everyone on the map? Where's the enemy jungler? Is your lane shoved out? Yeah, things like that. You just really want to focus on what you're doing and why you're doing it every single game. This next tip is pretty easy. It's just play carry roles, as in roles that you can carry games 1v9 every single game. And you're not reliant on anybody else but yourself. I would really suggest that you play mid or jungle. Mid and jungle are the roles that really determine the pace of the game, and you have a lot of control of what happens and what the outcome of the game is going to be. But if you do play support or top lane, instead of playing like Sona support or something like that, make sure you're playing carry roles, or carry champions, sorry. Play Annie, play Vel'Koz, play Brain. Champions like those really have a lot of potential during laning phase, and they could carry the game single-handedly if you're good at them. And instead of playing like Maokai top lane, you can play Irelia top lane or Fiora top lane. Those champions have a lot more carry potential, and you have a lot more control of what's going on in the game. And The real goal of this is you want to have control in your game. You want to know, you want to be the person that determines what's happening in that game. You want to be in the driver's seat. All right, so this next tip is really simple, and I highly suggest everyone does this. I don't do this because I don't care when I smurf, but when I play on my main account, I literally just turn off all chat because it's so annoying. So the reason why you want to turn off all chat is because there is no reason for all chat to be there. The only reason all chat's there is to literally tilt you. That's the only thing. You are in solo queue to win the game. You're not in solo queue to make friends. You're not in solo queue to socialize. You are there to win. You are there to take their LP. You are not there to socialize. If you're typing to the enemy team, that distracts you, that takes away from your focus, that takes away from the goal of winning, that takes away from the goal of improvement, just don't type with anybody. Literally just go into game. You all, if you have to, don't type with anybody. Never ever flame anybody ever. It makes them play 30 times worse, and it lowers your chances of winning. This is true. The only reason chat is there is to communicate what's going on in the game. For example, summoner spells, Drake timers, Baron timers, things like that. Just say like come bot, things like that, right? They're not there. It's not there for you to socialize. It's there for you to communicate to your team what's going on in the game. This next tip is when you're in game, you don't want to be focusing on that victory screen. You don't want to be focusing too much on winning the game, but you want to mostly have your focus on improving on the game and what you could be doing better next game or the same game. A good way to view how many mistakes you made in a certain game is to go to that previous game, look at the VOD built into the in-game client, and see how many times you died and how you died every single time. Every single time you died, it really shows a story or a mistake that you made leading to that death. So you want to kind of like look at that death and see how you could prevent it next time for next game, and things like that could really help you improve and just get better. Now, this is probably one of my favorite tips. I use this tip all the time. I think I use this tip all day, every day. And this tip is play with momentum. And you're probably asking yourself, what momentum? What do you mean by momentum? So by momentum, I want you to think about when you're playing well, I want you to play a lot of League of Legends when you're playing well. So you get those massive winning streaks, right? And you're doing really well every game, and that means you're improving, right? Because you're playing well, you know what it takes to win the game. But when you are playing poorly and you know you're playing poorly, I want you to stay away from ranked and just stick to like normals and stuff if you're not playing well, because firstly, you will win more games than lose, and also you're just gonna play a lot better, and you're just gonna feel great when you're playing ranked because you're winning a lot more. I would abuse this because whenever I was trying to get to Master Tier, I would only play ranked when I was playing super well, and I would keep on playing ranked for that day. I would go on like 20 game winning streaks, right? And this way my win rate would always be like 70%, 80% because I would just win more than I would lose always. But when I do poorly and I know that I'm not playing the best that I could, I just stop playing League of Legends completely. I stop playing ranked. I mean, I play normals or I play on a smurf when I know I'm not playing the best. This way, I know whenever I do log into that client, whenever I do queue up for that rank game, I know that I'm playing well that day, and I know I'm going to have a lot higher of a win rate, and I know that I'm just going to be at my 100% basically. I'm pretty sure I already said that, but it's so crucial to know this because this is so important. I think that playing with momentum, everybody should learn when they're playing the best and when they're playing the worst, because you could really abuse this for elo. Now, this next tip is not really a tip, it's just some advice. I see a lot of players with like 2,000 games in like gold, right? And when I see those, all I see is that player, they are making mistakes over and over again for hundreds of games, and it's really hard for them to improve because they're playing in the same elo over and over again, right? So they're just going to keep on making the same mistakes over and over again because they're playing in gold. Like, you're not going to see any diamond mechanics in gold, so you're not really going to know what diamonds do in a gold game, right? And I think this is where getting external help is really beneficial in order to improve in League of Legends. So if you are silver, bronze, or low elo or whatever, I would really suggest that you look up like high elo players that play your champion and just kind of mimic what they do and how they do in every single game in certain situations, what they do, and just copy it. Try to really see what they're doing and why they're doing it, and this way you'll get a better understanding of your champion, what to do in certain situations, and you're just gonna get a lot better over time, of course. Also, some other advice that a lot of people just kind of glance over and not really take seriously is if you want to climb in this game, you have to be passionate and you have to put the time in if you really want to get good at this game. League of Legends isn't like Call of Duty where it's all muscle memory. League of Legends is in-depth to the extreme, where you have to know every single matchup, you have to know every single play style, you have to know all the pathing, you have to CS perfectly, you have to know what your lane does, you have to know what every single champion does. And to know this, you don't have to just play the game, you have to play this game a lot. I think that if you really want to get good at League of Legends, you have to seriously dedicate some time into this game. I said in the last video, 4 games a day is the best, or the minimum, sorry. And I think that is true. You do have to play this game a lot. A lot of people, what I see is only 20 games, and they ask, you know, why am I stuck here? Can I get out someday, right? And I think the best thing to say here is you got to play a lot more. You got to put a lot more hours into this game. You got to do your research. You got to do your homework. A lot of people think like, oh, if I just play this game, I'll just get better. But you do have to do your homework. You have to do your research. You gotta seriously look for external help. Maybe get a coach even if you're really stuck somewhere and you don't know what to do. Maybe get a coach. Coaches aren't there just to tell you, but coaches are there to motivate you as well. And I believe if you put enough time and effort and dedication to climbing in League of Legends, I believe you can get any rank that you want. And I think that's gonna wrap up the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys. Hope you guys did pick up something, and tell me what your favorite series is on this channel. Tell me what videos you're looking for in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Go Slayer, and I'm out. See ya.